Okay. I am trying to reconnect here. I was live before. But it was giving some issues. So let me see if I'm still sounding scrambled. And guys, let me know if I'm still sounding off. I hope not. And guys, let me know if I'm still sounding off. Okay. Great. Good. I think I know why. I had to close out a few pages. So I'm back. Okay, great. So, where was I? I was talking about money, right? And how we can expand our make money expand for us, or have more of money and have money work for us. Um 1 second. And this is important because persons would love to, persons are trying every single day, and we know this. Persons try to come into more money, they try to take advantage of opportunities and this and that, and sometimes it's just not working for them, and they're trying to figure out what is it that I need to do in order to have money work for me. How can I come into more money? How can I live the life that I want to live? And most people think that it's having more money is definitely the way to go. I can understand that, but it's a little bit more than that. But I want to break it down and talk to you about money. I'm trying to. All right, I should be streaming on 3 platforms. For some reason, my business page, it's not connecting to my business page the way I want it to. Okay, so I'm just gonna have to keep going. I don't want to delay anymore. Okay, so we're talking about money, right? So most people these days, we know this, most people are working really hard. Persons are working extremely hard these days. Oh, thank you for joining, Andre. You're still at work, but you jump on. That's good. I like that effort because I know I'm going to help a lot of people with this live. So I love the effort that you're making, Andrew. That's amazing. So a lot of people are working extremely hard, harder than ever. You notice as time goes by, people are work twice as hard for make money work for them. I remember back in the day, people never used to work so hard. So me here, because as you grow and get older and times go by and people are tell you said things did was once easy and now it's difficult. And there is a reason for that. There is a reason for that, and I don't think it's going to get any less difficult. It would only get better for the individual once they understand certain things, once they understand certain principles and how to apply certain things and how things work. That is what caused life to be easier for persons, not the system, but for you, the individual, to know things and to know how to have things work for you. That is how you can make your life better and easier, right? Life not supposed to hard, but it's just the systems that cause that and the lack of knowledge that we have. So people are working hard, and that is why we feel stuck, right? And it's not because you're not trying, it's because you don't understand how money works, right? So this live is going to shift how you see money, right? It's going to allow you to know how to attract more of it, right? And how you can position yourself to receive more of it. This is what I want for every single person. And this is so important, right? So the first thing that we need to know and understand is that money is energy. Whether you know it or not, whether you believe it or not, whether you want to know it or not, money is energy. Every single thing, down to a rock, a stone, has energy. And this is what allows us as humans, as souls in a body, to attract and deflect things because we ourselves is energy. Think about a satellite giving off, you know, energy or whatever. That is what we are, and that is what every single thing is. Everything else is. So that's the first thing you need to know. Money is not just paper, right? It's a tool along with the fact that it's energy. It's an energy exchange when we spend money, when we get money, it's an energy exchange. Okay? So it flows, money flows based on ideas, on systems, and value. Right? Ideas, systems, and value. So right away, me give you the whole, me give you the whole life. If you not have no idea, if you don't have a system, if you're not plugged into a system, and if you're not doing something of value, then the money will not flow. Right there, so. Right there, so. Okay, but I'm gonna go further into it. Doesn't matter. Money doesn't respond to how hard you work, and we know this because we work hard. We people work hard, and it's like they not make more than it. Not line up to hard them at work. It's like them at work, them at earn less for more time and more energy. So money doesn't respond to how hard you work. It responds to how you think, what you believe, and the systems that you plug into. Okay, and I'm going to break down all of this for you because you need to get this. You need to get this so you can stop work hard and make money work for you instead of you at work for it. Right? There's a lot of people out there who understand this and they have money working for them, right? And not working for money. And then we are here, other people are here trying to figure it out. We're going to help you today. Okay, so the first thing I mentioned that was money is energy. And money is often misunderstood because we don't see people only see it as a physical thing, paper, right? Bills, numbers in your bank account. But really and truly at the core, money is, as I said, energy and an energy exchange. So just like everything else in the universe, it move, it flow, it respond. You buy things, you get things, you pay for the bill, you get the service, right? That's how money works. It flows towards any idea that you have, any value that you are giving or sharing, any system that you have in place that it's working for you. Notice none of this not have nothing to do with 9 to 5, right? So this means that money is not going to respond to how hard you work. I know I feel like I'm repeating myself, but I'm getting to it. Don't worry. Just know this. Working harder, getting 2 to 3 jobs, multiple hours is not going to get you more money, right? It's how you think and what you believe is possible for you. This is where the ideas come in. Do you have an idea? Have you ever had an idea of making money that don't include getting another job or working more hours? And I know we've been down this road. We've had many ideas, but we think to ourselves, where me gonna get the money from for fund the idea? Me gonna get to that, right? Because once you have the idea, that's the first step to you living an abundant life and having more money come to you and work for you and having money work for you and not you working for money. So the idea is the first stepping stone, but I will get into that. So as I said, money responds to money. Money doesn't respond to how hard you work. It's how you think, what you believe, and the structures that you have that you're plugged into, right? So when you understand that money is something that circulates, right? Money is always circulating. It's not scarce. There's no lack of money. We not run out of money. We will never ever run out of money. There is more than enough money for every single person on the face of this earth, right? Once you understand that, you will begin to stop chasing it and allow it to flow to you, right? That's the first thing. So there's no lack of money, and money is something that circulates. So when you come into some money, the worst thing you can do is hold on to it. Right? I know that's a thing. You hold on to it, you feel like you need for harbor it, save it up. Nothing is wrong with saving, but you gotta release it. You gotta release it into a system. You gotta release it into an idea for it to flow back to you and flow back to you even more. That's how it works. But I'm gonna get more into that. So the next thing, we're going to talk about the laws that govern money. I'm going to break it down to you. The first law that governs money is the law of vibration, frequency, right? So As I said, everything is energy. Everything vibrates. It's like a frequency. And this is how money is going to be able to circulate and how you're going to get money to come into your, ideas and come to you, and you release it, and it's like a cycle. It's like a flow. Money is supposed to be flowing back and forth. Okay? So your emotional state affects how you attract money, right? Do you believe that there's not enough money for you, or do you worry about money? Do you worry about the bills? Do you think about the fact that you don't have enough and you need more? And are you thinking about it from a perspective where it's not coming to me, I need more of it, I don't have enough of it, I don't have money to do this, I don't have money to do that? When you are giving off that vibration, and when I say that, I mean you're thinking about it all the time. This is your train of thought, how you think, that you don't have enough of it and you need more, and it's hard to come to me. Any negative thought or fear or doubt, or not enough of the money, any of those thoughts that come into your mind, and thinking about it 24/7, 365, that is what blocks money, right? Your emotional state blocks it. Not only does it block it, but it affects how it comes to you. It comes to you in a limited state. It comes to you based on what you're thinking, right? So, and this is important. So, if you have a fear towards money, if you have a fear towards investing, if you have a fear towards trying things, that's an immediate block to money, because you're not interested in the flow of it, right? You don't have the right thoughts that can collaborate the flow of it. So you're blocking it, right? If you are confident when it comes on to money, and you're certain about money, and this can look like you taking advantage of ideas that come your way, right? Trying new things. Another thing is for you to give. You pay your bills without negative thoughts, right? If you are like that when it comes on to money, then the money is going to leave you in a good frequency, in a good vibration, with good, because you have a good thought, and it will come right back to you with that same energy, vibration, the frequency. Okay? So if you're constantly worried about money, you are actually reinforcing the lack of it. But if you're not worried about it, and you're certain about it, and you're confident about it, then it will come back to you with that same confidence, with that same energy. Hello, Joan. Thanks for watching. So that's very important for you to understand. Okay? The next thing, which most of we hear a lot, the law of attraction. So you attract what you consistently focus on. And this is similar to the vibration, right? You are attracting based on your thoughts and your feelings. So as I said before, if you're focusing on the lack of the money that you have, like you don't have enough, and you're constantly thinking about, oh, you don't have enough of it, right? Then that is what you're going to attract. So you'd have to change the way you think and feel about money in order for it to work for you and to come to you the way you are thinking about it, or to come to you the way that you want. So your dominant thoughts matter more than the occasional ones, right? So you have to make sure that the thoughts that you have towards money are not limited thoughts. They're not thoughts of fear and scarcity and doubt, and not willing to do things to make money work for you. You're not willing to let go money for opportunities, or even to share or to give. That is a complete blockage, right? The next law towards money is the law of cause and effect, right? So results pertaining to money, they don't happen randomly, right? Every single thing that you do is the cause, and then the effect is the result of, or the outcome of, that action, right? So if you were to pay a bill, if you're paying a bill that you owe, right? What is the outcome of that? You will get the service. and you have received the service from before, so you're paying it, you're letting go of the money to receive more service, right? If you want a different outcome for money, you need different actions and decisions, cause and effect, which is why I talk about this all the time. Whenever you're working a 9 to 5 and you feel stuck, it's no surprise that if you get another 9 to 5, it's going to be the same result. You're going to even feel worse stuck, even more stuck, because the cause, the effect, or the result of you working a 9 to 5 is you not getting enough or having enough money to do what you want to do. So repeating that same cause, which is getting another 9 to 5, is going to give you the same effect. You need for shift, you need for pivot, right? You need to do something different, find another source of income, right? The law of cause and effect when it comes on to money. The next law is the law of compensation, right? The more value you give, the more you receive when it comes on to money. And that have to do with helping people, giving money, sharing money, letting go money. If you are able to lend somebody some money or somebody asks for it, if you give that money away with the right feeling tone, you will absolutely get it back. This is the law of compensation, and also the law of cause and effect. When you give and you let go money, it has no choice but to come back to you. It is a law. It will come back to you the way you let it go. With what is the feeling tone behind, or the emotion or the thought behind you giving this money or sharing this money. It has no choice but to come back to you. It not have nothing to do with how nice of a person you are or how kind of a person you are. It has everything to do with the law of money, which is you letting it go with the right thought and the right intention, and it has no choice but to come back to you, right? So the more people you help, the more money you make. That's a law, which is you also having a service. You get more money when you have a service and you're impacting people with the service. I will come right back to business again, right? If you have a business and you're helping people, that business will inevitably automatically grow, without a doubt, without question. It will just grow. Okay, so that's the law of compensation. So the next law is law of inspired action. And this is where a lot of people are lacking, right? Because we don't believe that if we have an idea and we act upon this idea, it will allow us to live an abundant life. But if we think about all the businesses that are out there, all the ideas that people have brought to life based on taking action, right? Amazon, YouTube, any business at all where you think of that is $1 million business or a multi-million-dollar business, it was once an idea, it was once a thought. So if you have an idea, don't be afraid to move and act upon that idea, because ideas are really what causes people to live an abundant life. It's not the 9 to 5. You can never ever get rich or even live a life where money is working for you with a 9 to 5. Forget getting rich. Forget that. You just want to be comfortable. You don't want to worry about money. You want to have money work for you, where you don't have to worry about your kids or your grandkids. You don't have to worry about retirement. There's not going to be any struggle once you are funding an idea. As a matter of fact, the idea will fund itself. If you have an idea, you don't have to worry about money. The idea will automatically attract the money because it's an idea. It's a system that is coming to your mind to put into action, right? That's a law. That is a law, the law of inspired action. You must move on ideas. You can't just have an idea and that's it. Move on it. Any idea, you have an idea for open a party shop, you have an idea for open a store, you have an idea for do something on social media. It no matter. Once it's an idea, it will work for you. It has to work for you. It's a law, right? So money flows to movement, not just intention. You have to move, you have to take the step. And then when you take that inspired step, the universe automatically will help you to take the next step and the next step and the next step and the next step and the next step. Right? These are laws that we need to learn and know about. These are things that are embedded in the universe to work for any single person, no matter who you are. Right? So the next thing I want to talk about is well, let me summarize what I talked about the laws, right? So based on all the laws that I just mentioned that are embedded, that it is similar to the law of gravity. Similar to the law of gravity. Money doesn't move randomly, which simply means that it can work for anybody. Rich people are not special. Them work the law, them know the law, them understand the law, and they learn the laws so that money can work for them. That's basically what it is. Separate and apart from people who might do things that are not, you know, I don't know what they're doing, but people who come into abundance or coming to find out, they have money working for them, they were able to utilize the laws surrounding money. So money doesn't move randomly. It follows certain universal patterns and laws that operate whether you are aware of them or not. So the worst thing you can do in the dark when it comes on to money and how money work. Because obviously if you don't know a thing, then it will not work for you. You don't know how to work it. Right? So as I talked about, one of the most important law is the law of vibration. What is your emotional state? Right? And what is your energy influence? Whatever you're experiencing now in your life is based on your emotional state and your energy. So if you're not in a place where you're having money work for you, you have bills back to back, some bills can't get paid, your account is in negative, all of these things, it is based on your emotional state and how you see money and how you are working the laws. So, obviously, in order for you to shift and pivot, learn the laws, right? When you constantly feel fear, lack, or stress around money, you reinforce those same experience. And somehow we feel away every single day. We get up, we stress about the money, we're afraid, we think about the paycheck to paycheck what we're going to get and the little way it can do, and we're not taking any action, right? Even if you don't know what action to take, you thinking about this every day and it's like a loop every week, every month, every year. That is why you're getting the same experience of not having enough, right? So the law of attraction works alongside the law of vibration and frequency, right? What you constantly focus on, it creates your reality. Now, the law of cause and effect, as I mentioned, it reminds us that results are always tied to your actions. So, if you want different financial outcomes, you have to make different decisions. You have to do something different. You can't just sit down and in the same situation and do the same thing over and over and expect change. That's not going to happen. That's a law. If you're not doing anything different, automatically, there's nothing different that's going to happen. Impossible. Impossible, right? So the law of compensation shows that money is directly tied also to the value and service you provide to others. Now, here's the thing: if you're not providing a service and a value to anybody, and you just a work a 9 to 5, you basically a build the person legacy where you work for. Through you, they're providing that service and you're getting the paycheck to paycheck lifestyle. But if you have an idea, you move into that idea where you're helping somebody or you create something or you offer somebody a product or a service, there you go. That's value, that's service that you're offering somebody. And if you move with intention and you love what you do, Lord God, the universe are gonna say, the universe is gonna say, see resources, yeah, see opportunity, yeah, see money, yeah, see people, yeah, for help, for fund your idea. Do not be afraid to move with ideas because that is actually what will allow you to get out of your paycheck to paycheck lifestyle. right? So the law of inspired action will teach you that ideas alone are not just enough. You have to move, you have to act upon them, right? That is what allowed me to come into this business. Yes, I was skeptical, but I took action because my understand said the 9 to 5 work what me did I do, the caregiving work what me I do, no matter how much of the caregiving work me I do, all when I go back to school for get the degree for going at the same line of work. A work is a work, a 9 to 5 is a 9 to 5. This is not a service that I am offering. It's not a service what me I offer. Me I offer time for money, not a service. And I realized that. I realized that indirectly because me never understand these key points. But I knew that a business will get me to where I want to be as opposed to 9 to 5 what me I do. Right? So when you understand these laws together, you realize that attracting money is not luck. Right? And it's not a fly by day, fly by night thing. You just have to line up yourself and then take action as well. Right? So why do most people stay broke? This is why most people are not in enough or they're broke, right? We are conditioned to trade the time for the money. We are conditioned to do the 9 to 5. We focus on the bills instead of the opportunity. That was me. I always did that think, well, which bill me have to pay, which bill me have to go probably pay the next time because I have enough money for pay it this month. Right? We focus more on the bills more than coming into opportunities. Fear-based thinking. Every day we are afraid to take chances. We are afraid of doing things that can work for us because we are thinking about the little money we have or the little money we are get or the not enough that we don't have or whatever. Right? So these are the things that we think about constantly that causes us to stay broke. We trade the time for money, which is a 9 to 5. We focus on bills and not looking for opportunities that can help for have money work for we. And we're thinking out of fear, out of doubt, out of lack. And when I have a system, we don't have a system, we don't plug into a system. When I have a system where we have money and work for we. There's no vehicle that we have driving the money to work for us. We are the physical vehicle. And that's how we end up at work hard for the money. The body is not supposed to be the vehicle. The money, the tool, which is the energy, is supposed to be the vehicle. The idea, right, attached to the money, they are the tools to fund the vehicle. Money is the tool for fund the vehicle, which is the idea, which is the system. Our physical body should not be the vehicle. And that is why we are tired. That is why we are stressed out. That is why we are sick. And why we feel like nothing can go on for we. Right? So this is what we need to learn. I'm just looking at the comments here. Was I stuck? I'm borrowing that. Was I stuck? We need to reprogram our mindset. Yes, Andrew, definitely. Definitely we need to reprogram our mindset. Andrew said this is why we need to start saying circulate instead of spend, because with circulate it comes back to us in abundance. Absolutely. We circulate money. True, cause my work like it, I go out of style and still couldn't make ends meet same way. That's it, Tash. That is it. We have to get out of the 9 to 5 thinking and try to build something. Get into something that has systems that can allow us the money to work for you, right? So as I was saying, we were conditioned to trade time for money, focus on bills instead of opportunities, and we're thinking fear-based thoughts every day. So that is the recipe for survival mode. We have been taught to survive and not to create wealth. That's basically it. We have been taught to survive and not to create wealth. So it's not that you're lacking effort, you're just lacking the awareness, which is the knowing of what you need to do in order to get money to work for you. We don't have any awareness, we don't have any knowledge and understanding of this, so we are always in survival mode. We have been conditioned to believe that the only way to earn is by trading the little time what we have, what we could then use for spend time with our family and enjoy life, go on nature walks, travel, right? We have been told or taught that the only way to earn trade by trading time for it, which keeps us in a cycle of working, paying bills, and repeat. Work, pay bills, repeat. Work, pay bills, repeat. That is the loop. That is that cycle. And then it causes us to focus more on our problems too, which is what you shouldn't do. Bills, debt, lack. Instead of focusing on the opportunities, instead of focusing on expansion. So fear plays a major role as well, right? And we have to get out of this fear-based type of thinking. We cannot be afraid, because if you have a thought, a fear thought, or you have a feeling of fear, right? That is a blockage. Nothing good can necessarily come out of fear unless you examine why you are afraid and get to the root cause of why you are afraid. If you're afraid to take advantage of opportunities because you feel as if you are afraid to use the little or the money that you have to remember and go back to the laws that I mentioned, that money needs to move to circulate. You have to let go of money and believe and trust and know that it will come back to you, because it's a law. So when you are able to know these things, then you can actually look fear in the face and say, look here, I know what works for me and this will work for me. Come understand that money is energy, money is frequency, right? So we need to understand this. So fear is what will cause people to not take advantage of opportunities, and it plays a major role. So it stops people from taking actions on ideas, opportunities that come across their way, like when I talk about my online business and I'm sharing it with persons. Fear is what stops them, right? Not wanting to use what they have to work for them. They would rather work for it. And I understand that some people try different things too and it don't work for them. That's understandable. But that can be the case because you didn't understand how money works. But if you understand how money works, then now you will be able to plug in and take even more opportunities that come your way. Right? And understand that money is attracted to ideas and systems. Right? So you need a vehicle or a system to allow money to flow in a leveraged way, in a way that can be shared and promoted. The idea is shared and promoted, and it will allow the idea will work for you because it is being vehicled, right? It is able to multiply much faster than you can say you're going to work a 9 to 5 for 14 hours, right? So you stay stuck not because you're not capable, because every single person on God green earth more than capable. It's not you, the fact that you're not capable, but it's because you weren't taught this, right? So money flows to ideas, the systems, and the structure. It flows to opportunities. It multiplies through systems that work the money, not effort, right? Leveraging the money is greater than the labor of the money. So the system, the vehicle, the idea is going to multiply money 20, 30, 40 times, a million times over than you actually physically working for it. It is not possible for you to work as hard to get money as opposed to you having a system that can multiply it. Which is why businesses work, which is why if you have an idea and you can turn it into a business or a service that can help multiple people one time, right? It will work greater than you clocking in to a 9 to 5. That's just a law. That's just how it is, right? So if you have the right system, money can flow even when you're not actively working, which is why I'm able to be here with you today on a Wednesday afternoon, having money work for me with my online business, because I don't need to clock in to put in the time to get the money. I have a system working for me that generates the money even faster, even when I sleep. And it is also a system that is helping other people to do the same thing. So not only am I helping others, that the money help me too, right? So that is important for you to know as well. So the fact that money flows to ideas and system, money is constantly moving in the world because it doesn't move randomly. It moves towards structure. It flows to ideas that are acted upon, to systems that are built to receive it, right? Systems that are built to receive it, and to opportunities that create value for others. This is why when people are scam people, when people are in the business of scamming persons, they don't have a system that is working for them. They're not sharing an opportunity that is genuinely working for people, and they know this. So them scam people, and they constantly do that, until sometimes some people get caught, or whatever they're doing, the Ponzi scheme, what them do just eventually shut down. If it's not a system that is working for people or creating value, or an idea that is offering value to people, it is not going to stand. It is not going to stand. Okay? So, and this is why some people are able to earn more while working less, not because they are lucky, but because they are connected to systems that allow money to flow without constant effort. When you understand this, you can stop relying on your time and start looking for ways to plug into or create structures that work for you. Right now, I have all the time in the world to do whatever I want, including I'm here sharing these information with you, because now I have the time to choose and decide, and I have options of how to use my time. And I understand that if I use my time to help other people, I'm also helping myself. That is very important. When you are able to plug into a system to have money work for you and help others, you have time to know then also help people even more. And then you are in an attraction mode and in a flow and in a frequency where you're going to get more of everything that is good, because you are now aligned with how money works, and money is working for you because you're helping other people. This is important for you to know. If you're not helping people, if you're not plugged into a system that can work for you and have money work for you, then you're going to just be stuck all the time, every single time, right? So money multiplies through leveraging the system, having a system that works for you. The next topic is the vehicle matters. That's the bridge to business now. The vehicle matters. You need a vehicle to receive money. Not all income streams are equal. Some systems are built for leveraging, right? So you can have the right mindset, but without the right vehicle, money has nowhere to flow through. So the right vehicle would be systems that work for people, that help people, right? Don't get into things that are get rich quicks. That will give you a little $1,000 yes and $1,000 yes, and then it just burn out. Get into systems that are built, right, to help people. Systems that are automated to can assist people and have the right resources. In our business, we have the right people, we have the right resources and the right systems that can help people and support people, not only physically for have money work for you, but mentally. Because when you have money at work for you, you have to know if you can hold it, and if you can, or if you send it out, or if you have it come back into you. When I say this, I mean spending it. What are you doing with it? How are you sharing it? How are you rotating it? Right? So that is also important. So you have the right mindset, the right intention, right? Even the strong belief, but without the right vehicle, money has nowhere to flow through. So when I say vehicle, I'm talking about the method or the system you use to generate the income. Not all systems or vehicles are designed for growth or freedom, right? Some systems keep you trading time for money, which we know at 9 to 5, which while others allow you to leverage the time and reach more people, which is the automated system that I have in my business. So this is why choosing the right vehicle is important, right? So me starting and getting into this digital business gave me access to the system, the structure, the mentorship, the coaching, and it allowed me to make money in a one way where it is not a case where me have to work hard or put in whole heap of hours in the day, right? And it allowed me for it created a part where me can make more money can come to me, and I can use that money in a way. Right now, this business has allowed me to create another business out of it. Right? I have another business, so I have two businesses. And that's what businesses do. You start one business and you get more money if you can do another one, if you can help other people. Right? So how can you start to attract money today? These are some action steps that I can give to you. Shift your thoughts about money. Change how you feel and how you think about money. Money is not bad. Money is a tool and money is energy. Right? Money is not biased. So shift the way you think about money. When you hear money or when you think about money, it should be nothing but good thoughts. And think about money in a way that it is flowing to you openly. It flows to you openly and you release it openly. When you're paying a bill, release it with good feeling, release it with love, release it with joy and happiness, because the reason why you have the bill is because the company gave you the service. The company gave you the service and now you're paying the bill. So you see the flow? In, out, in, out, in, out. Right? So flow, make money flow. Release money when needs be, and it will come to you when needs be. Money will find you when the time is right. Always when the time is right. So shift your thoughts about money. No more fear thoughts about money. No more lack. No more thoughts that money is not enough, because money is plenty. But you have to be open to money and know that money will come to you with the right thoughts and the right feeling. The next thing is that you need to get into a system. You need to get into an opportunity that money can be leveraged, that money can be multiplied, that money can, the vehicle that can drive money and have it working for you so you don't have to work for it. Right? And that's a real thing, because people are constantly trying to figure out how to make money work for them. And it's not rocket science. Get into a system that money can work for you. Get into a business opportunity. If you're not having an idea we can start something, get into a business that already has the idea set up for you, that it can allow the money to work for you. And when I say this, I mean that you will have to get into an opportunity that will obviously ask you to invest the money, right, in order for you to learn how the system works for you to get you more money. So you are flowing, money is flowing now where you're investing, you're letting go, and then the system will work for you. You learn the system, and the system will automatically be the vehicle to drive that money and multiply it how much time over. You cannot be afraid to let go of money. That's energy. Like when you imagine a stream that is flowing and you put up some block for in a middle stream. The water block off. This that and the blocks will be your thoughts. And the blocks will be you resisting and holding on to the money where you already have. And then you block that stream, that money from flowing. So you see where you get. There's no flow because you block it. So you have to get down those blocks down right? Those are the thoughts, and then get the money to go into a system, right? So that you're not constantly in a revolving door and in survival mode because you're working a 9 to 5, which is not a system, which is not an idea, right? Um, Take daily align action. If you are looking for an opportunity, right? Or if you want an opportunity or you want to find an opportunity for work for you, look for it. Opportunities are everywhere. Look for it. Reach out to me about my online business. Look for some online businesses. As soon as you think about something, the universe will just bring it in your eyesight. It shows you in different ways. Pan TV, pan social media, you will see one flyer somewhere. Somebody might call you and tell you about this opportunity. You'd be surprised, right? Because once you have it in your mind already, you are radiating it. Cause remember your energy too. You're giving it off as a frequency. So now the universe is going to bring it to you because that's what you are giving off, right? But then you have to take that aligned action to take advantage of the opportunity, because that is that is how the action is going to come into to manifest, right? Taking advantage of the opportunity. And you have to understand that once you find an opportunity and you do your research and you know so you find out so the opportunity legit, you see multiple people in it and it's working for them. You can have a conversation with somebody and they let you know that it's real. Once you do all of that, the opportunity has no choice but to work for you if it's legit, if it's real, and all of these things. It's going to just be up to you and your thoughts, you knowing and thinking that yes, this is going to work for me, I am taking the right action, right? That is going to be very important as well, and we teach that in our online business. Apart from the fact that the business works and it's legit, once you are doing the business, you have to know that it will work for you. If you believe that it will, it will. If you believe that it won't, it won't, right? So align action, that's important. Focus on the service. Our business helps people to create and start their own online business. So right away, we are offering a service to help people. And we have the systems in place to help people. That is how we earn commission or how we earn money. We focus on the service. Our business is people first, always. Never about the money. People first. If you find an opportunity that is all about people and they're all about helping others and it's like a community and they're all like they move like family, take advantage of that. That is our business. That is our business, right? And then you stay consistent. Stay consistent. Don't start the opportunity and before you know it, you give up, you jump out tight. You don't give it enough time to turn over. Businesses takes time. And the reason why it takes time because you have to line up your thoughts. You have to be consistent with your actions. You have to take intentional steps for things to work, right? So you need to have everything. You don't need to have everything figured out, right? Nobody ever has everything figured out. You just need to start moving, start taking action, right? So attracting money or having more money work for you or coming into more money than you have right now starts with awareness. Your awareness of how money works for you or how money can work for you and what you think about money and what are you doing with money right now, right? It is intentional shifts, right? So first, be conscious of your thoughts around money and begin shifting from the lack of not having it and the lack of it not being enough to thinking of the possibilities of money and how money is abundant and how you can flow into it. You have to believe that money can work for you in order for it to work for you, right? You have to have the right thoughts. Then you need to position yourself within a system that will allow the money to work for you. As I mentioned, businesses, opportunities, ideas, because the mindset alone is not going to work. You have to have the structure. right? So from there now, you take the action, the action of taking advantage of that system, investing in that system, spending the money, letting go of the money so the money can come back to you. So that becomes key. Showing up, learning, and applying what you need to know, right? Focus on serving others. That is what our business does, rather than just making money, right? That is what will cause a natural flow. If you're not all about, if you're not about helping people, you're just about making money, you're going to be, it's that's a job. You're gonna be just be working now because it starts to get physical. It's not gonna be a natural flow. The universe allows things to flow to you naturally and easily when you're all about love, helping other people. That's the high frequency that we're talking about. Money is a tool. Money is supposed to use for help and bill, not for you for one more and more and stack up, stack up. No. You can have a lot of money and still have it working for you. Doesn't mean that as soon as you get it, you're gonna let it go. No. But you will have a system working for you, and based on your energy, it will be so much that you won't even worry about it and you'll just be focused on helping people. When you're in a state of scarcity and lack of survival mode, that is when you're thinking more about money and not people because you don't have it, and you're thinking that you need to have it, and you wonder why you don't have it, and you think more the bills, right? So you want to get out of that, and start focus on how you can take advantage of opportunities, how you can have the money work for you and in turn help other people, right? Money flows naturally to value and consistency. And that is what builds momentum over time and builds money, right? You don't need to have everything figured out. You just need to start. All right. So, woo, I feel like I say a lot. So think about it, guys. We're on the 1 hour mark. What is your current biggest struggle when it comes on to money? Think about that. What is your biggest struggle with money? And do you feel like you're working hard and not getting ahead? Do you feel that way? And have you ever thought about earning online? Think about that. These are the questions that you need to ask, and that will actually help to get you to where you need to be, to take the intentional action steps. Okay? So remember this now. Money is a tool. Money flows to ideas, systems, and structure. And you don't need to work harder. You need to line up yourself with the systems of money and how money works and the idea of money, and knowing that it is energy and it flows to ideas, and having systems work the money and the right structure, right? So my closing message to anybody is, think of a way that you can have your money work for you. Plug yourself into a system and don't think, well, trying to get another job or trying to get more hours. Find a system that you can plug into. And another thing, money is not something that you should chase. If you chase money, you will repel money, right? If you're chasing it, it will run away from you because you are supposed to be attracting it, which is why most of us, when we're trying to get more hours, you're chasing it. If you're trying to get another job, you're chasing it, right? Because those are not systems, those are not structures. That is you chasing it because you're thinking, oh, I don't have enough, I need more, right? Find an idea, get an idea, start a business, get into a business that allows you to the system to work for you, and people who are willing to think and help you and can teach you something, right? Our business full of that. So till them turn me in a teacher. And that's good. If you go into one business, can 9 to 5 not do them something, 9 to 5 not teach you nothing, 9 to 5 not help you grow them, not do nothing. But if you plug yourself into a business what can help you for make a next business and make a ton teacher. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Every single day I get up and thank God for this business, because the person who I was 3 years ago before I start till now, And 3 years not long. It seems long, but it's very short. I am telling you this. I am telling you this. Get into this business. If out of all of the time where you hear me talk about this business, this one time may I tell you about it. This business will change your life in ways where you can't even comprehend. It will change your life where you can't even comprehend. Because right now, I am at a point in my life where I don't even care about money no more. I just want to help people. And for me, if you can say that I reached that level in my life, I know that this business has changed me for the better. And if you're not thinking that way and you would love to get that way, nah judge you. Because I understand when you're in a survival mode, you're not think about people, you think about money. But if you want to get to that place where money will work for you, so till you not think about money no more, you think about people, which will in turn get you even more money than you can even imagine. That is the indication that you need to get into this business. Plain and simple. That is when you are living abundantly. That is the life of abundance. When you are thinking about others and money is working for you, resources are working for you, you're not thinking about surviving, but just thriving and helping others to do the same. That is it. So if you feel stuck, it's not because you're not compatible, it's not because you're not able, or because you don't know, and you haven't been shown the way how to get it done. This is how to get it done, right? This is how money works for you, the best way that it is, based on the laws of the universe, right? So this is why I am committed to helping others and why I'm in this business, because it's a system, it's a structure that helps people and has the money working for us to even help more people, right? So don't work harder, work smarter. Thank you so much, Prudence. Thank you. To everybody who has been watching, me hope and pray so to get something more tight. That's all I care about. Helping you to understand how money work and have it work for you. Plain and simple. Right? So wow. All right. It's really good talking to everybody. I will be back again talking about different topics, different ways I can help people to elevate themselves to thrive online. That's the name of my business. And you need to get into a system that can work for you. Don't work for money. Let the money work for you. Don't work, you don't need to work hard, right? You don't need to work hard. Just get into a system that has money working for you. Another thing, I bought this book called The 12 Laws of the Universe on Amazon. I must $12 fee. It's really not expensive. And it's a quick read. See, it's not a thick book like the other book the mama have. It's a quick read. You can get it on Amazon if you want to understand how the laws of the universe work and how you can have it work for you. So you not have the law at work against you. You don't want gravity at work against you. You want gravity at work with you. So get this book if you want, or any book what teach about laws of the universe, and you can understand how you can have money work for you as well. Okay, so bless up yourself, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, and I hope to chat with you guys soon. All right, one love.